so many economic imperatives, and the importance of stewarding the water and keeping it clean and having strategies on invasive species and making sure that we do everything we can to steward this resource. It's really not a partisan issue. It's not even one nation or the other. It's an issue that needs to be worked on internationally. And so I felt very, very optimistic being at the meeting. There hasn't been a meeting of this group since 2005, and all of us there felt that we need to be meeting much more regularly because it's so important to all of our constituents.
Is there a future date
your office can do in regards to the pellets there?
Let me just say, there isn't a future date set, but the conversation was whether we would meet annually or every 2 years, and so I think we're going to be working on trying to set up the next date.
Because there have been calls by
our Ministry of the Environment is working with the Government of Michigan, and it's an issue that is an issue on that side of the river, but our Ministry of the Environment is involved.
There's a new high school to be built on the former Windsor Arena and also Water Road. It's next to a social housing site. You're connected with education. Is this a good site, or what are your thoughts?
You know, the decisions about locating schools really have to be local. It's a perfect example of why it's important that we have school boards and we have that local decision-making body, because it's impossible for me at Queen's Park to make a decision about a community issue like that. So the board needs to make that decision. Obviously, our ministry works with school boards as they work through the funding arrangements, and they make sure they have the capital dollars. But once we've done that, the school board really needs to work with the community, and then the approvals come through the ministry. So I have a lot of faith in local decision-making authority.
Horse racing, anything new? Update?
Still working on it.
Nothing
I
yet.
know the Lakeshore Group is they're still working on it, and I will just say that it continues to be really important to me that we have horse racing integrated into our broader provincial gaming strategy, because it's an important industry and we want it to be sustainable.
Anything with the by-election here in Windsor to come?
We don't have a date on the by-election yet, but stay tuned.
You still got to what, August 6th?
Yeah, we have until the middle of August.
You're going to wait till the deadline?
You know what? Stay tuned. We haven't made that decision.
Sarnia Mayor wants to meet with you face to face to
Yes,
discuss the petrochemical industry, and they're up for a $1 billion investment. Can you help them out?
You're talking about the Nova.
Nova
Yeah, the
Chemicals.
Nova. Yeah. So I had the opportunity to speak with Mayor Bradley briefly last, whatever, I guess it was Friday. Sorry, I lose track of the days on Friday.
So do I.
And I'm going to be meeting with a group from Sarnia. But I also want everyone to know, as I said, that our Ministry of Economic Development, Trade and Employment is engaged in the issue, and so we're very eager to keep those jobs and to be able to expand jobs in the Sarnia and the Windsor regions, because we know that these are areas that were hard hit by the economic downturn, and so our ministries are very engaged in that